Could somebody confirm that they can hear me well and see me well? Can you hear me? Somebody should confirm this. Cool, thank you very much. So it's a pleasure to be here again. So we did an AMA yesterday with the Spanish community. It was like half. It was half English, half Spanish. But many people were like turned off by the fact that it was like in Spanish. So I decided to do another AMA today, because we have a very good and like engaged Spanish community, but we have a lot of other communities. So I just want to address the whole Waves ecosystem, the whole community, because tomorrow we're going to have a very important event for Waves ecosystem. This is Waves IDO, Waves Exchange IDO, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands this, that if you follow Waves, you know that the thing is going to happen, and maybe you could participate in this. I sound a lot better, thank you. The same setup, but okay, I don't know. So what's going to happen tomorrow once again? So we're going to have Waves Exchange IDO. What it is? As you know, Waves Exchange is old. It's really old for crypto. It's like 5 years old, almost 4 years old. Yeah, it's one of the first decentralized exchanges. And what we want to do now, we want to add liquidity pools to this exchange, because we had a very different setup, different from Ethereum. It was a different DEX, and now we want to combine liquidity pools with our DEX. If you take a look at the exchange, you'll see that it looks approximately like Binance. Yes, so there is an order book. You can put a limit order, so it's kind of like the same thing that you see on Binance or Kraken or wherever you go to trade crypto and withdraw it to your bank, so like centralized exchanges. And what we want to do now, we want to combine DEXs and centralized exchanges. So you're going to see like normal structure, order books and such. At the same time, it's a DEX. You can add liquidity there. You can earn yield farming rewards. So nobody has ever done it. It's very important for Waves. It should be important for crypto in general. So it's a great event, actually. Yes, and we need to launch the yield farming token, because there's going to be pools, and as you know, you have yield farming in DeFi. So there should be some token that will be paid to liquidity providers. At the same time, it's going to be a governance token on Waves Exchange, and very many functions of Waves Exchange is going to depend on it. It will be used in all the features of Waves Exchange. It's very important. So it should, and I think it will take the Waves Exchange to the next level, because we have a great product. It was lacking liquidity because it's quite hard to attract liquidity to decentralized exchanges without yield farming. But now we have it, and this is going to be a breakthrough for us. So what we want to do, we want to basically start the pools. For this, we need your involvement. And we don't want to raise any USDT, USDC. No, we just want to raise our own stable coin, USDN, to get the liquidity pool started. And why I should participate in this? Because it's an historic event for Waves. It's like one of the most important events for Waves in years. And you know that we are quite old. We are 5 years old, actually. And at the same time, the setup is such that you can't really lose money. So we don't want to, create any kind of like dissatisfaction or like something that hurts projects, volatility. Yeah. So there is a setup which actually allows you to take your money back if the token price goes down. So you can either claim the token or you can claim your cash back if the token price goes below the initial price. No, because we don't want any volatility. We don't want any kind of dissatisfaction. So because this is a very technical thing for Waves, it should bring a lot of liquidity to Waves. and we just need your input to get our liquidity pools on Waves Exchange started. So help us help you, basically, yes. And you know, it's a very, very good opportunity for you to help us launch our liquidity pools at the same time making money. So once again, you participate in a great event. At the same time, this thing is riskless. It's really riskless. So this thing is gonna launch tomorrow around noon GMT. Please take a look at it, because like, just keep an eye, because IDO is fair. There is no pre-sale, no VCs. It's like there is only one type of investors, people who will invest tomorrow, you know. So we have zero pre-sale. It's like completely fair, riskless. Nobody has ever done it, and don't miss out on it. Don't really miss out on it, because this thing is very interesting. So it might happen that it's gonna be like sold out in minutes, because somebody can code a bot, and like if like a couple guys with like 10 or 20 million come, they can like just buy up the whole thing, you know. So just if you want to participate, you should move fast. As soon as it's launched, you should go and buy something. It's gonna happen on Waves Exchange, so you have, you know, some time to prepare. You need to use USDN for this, not USDT, not USDC, not Bitcoin, even not Waves. You need USDN, because we wanna promote USDN. I think it's a great stablecoin, the best stablecoin. It's like very different setup. Like it works differently from everything that exists on Ethereum. It like ties in directly into Waves economics. Basically, it's based on Wave staking, because if you hold USDN, you earn interest. You don't have to add USDN to liquidity pools. It just provides you with native profits, you know. So it's an amazing product. It's really so, yeah. So we want to promote it. And Waves needs marketing, as you know, as probably you understand, and many people say, tell us that, guys, we need marketing. We are doing marketing. We are gonna start a very heavy marketing campaign. We're working with a new company now, probably know it, a great Spanish crypto company, Mundo Crypto. They have huge following in Spain, and we're gonna scale it to all over the world. So we're starting this thing with liquidity pools, which should bring like billions of dollars to Waves. And at the same time, we're starting a heavy marketing campaign around mid-November with hackathons, the hackathons, incubator programs, everything. So this is a great moment for Waves, and you can participate. So I invite you to do so. This is just the general introduction of what's going to happen tomorrow. And basically, I will reply to the questions about this thing, but all other questions are fine as well. So I can answer your questions about our DAX game, WCT, whatever. So ask me anything means ask me anything. So please go ahead. People are asking, when are we going to speak Russian? Yeah, so, okay, guys, so learn English. Okay. What can I tell you now? So crypto is global, yes, and I think everybody should speak English. Yes, Waves DAX. What was your plan about the game? Yeah, so egg prices goes down. There's egg token, and it goes down a little, so people are like kind of nervous. So let me explain our plans about Waves DAX. So what we wanted to do with DAX initially, we wanted to bring more people to Waves, because it was launched even before the GameFi hype, you know. So now later we tweaked it a little, because there were like similar projects that were going into a similar direction. So we kind of moved our focus to what other projects are doing. But it's okay actually, yes, because we don't have to be original, you know. We have to be successful, but we are original enough actually. So we want to attract a lot of new people to Waves ecosystem through the Waves DAX. The initial economics worked pretty well. Egg price went from $10 to $2,000, you know, so it was really good. And But the next step, sorry, I had a technical issue with the internet here, so I had to switch to Wi-Fi from my cell connection. I forgot to turn on the Wi-Fi, so I'm back. So what we want to do with ducks, we want to breed millions of new players who don't have enough money to buy a duck for how much it costs for $3,000. You know, it takes time. We're gonna create a gameplay that is very interesting for people who wanna make like $300 a month. And it's a lot of money for millions of people worldwide, you know. So we want to attract millions of people to Waves because Waves is blockchain for the people, as you know. So we need more people, more engagement, not only from rich guys in like first world countries. We need more people from third world countries. We want to promote Waves to India, to the Philippines. We want to promote Waves to India, to the Philippines, all over the world. So, and maybe we took a little bit too long with this game mechanics, but now it's almost ready and it's been tested. And we're gonna start a heavy marketing campaign for DAX within basically days, because it's been tested now. You can go and play it. You can see how it works. We will add new features, which will make gameplay more interesting and more engaging and more like you know, so you need to basically be interested in playing this game, not only for money, but for the game itself. So we'll have this soon. It's almost done. You can check it out. It's all working. Maybe we'll add some features. There's this testing period, but it's gonna take us not so much time to finalize it and start a heavy campaign that should bring us a lot of new players. You know, so, and yeah, a lot of new blood, a lot of like fresh blood, and a lot of like hype around the game. So please bear with us. We are working on it, and it all goes according to plan. If we are successful, there's gonna be like millions of new people on Waves for sure. You can check out like our competitors, for example, Wxlp. This is what they did actually. They onboarded a lot of like people from third world countries, and they're successful, very successful. And we want to do the same, not in terms of like product, but in terms of like what happened. You want to bring a lot of new people. So please give us a chance. Don't ask about the egg price. It will go up to like $10,000 and maybe more. Just, you know, so if you want to sell, just go and sell. Somebody will buy it and we'll make a lot of money. So once again, egg is doing fine. Everything goes according to plan. And there's going to be a lot of hype around eggs very soon, and ducks. So let me find out. Let me pick the next question. Somebody, yeah, WCT and liquid tokens. So the next step for Waves and crypto in general is decentralization of crypto itself. You know, it sounds weird, you know, but crypto is very centralized now. It's extremely centralized, you know. So basically, you're recreating centralization on a decentralized footing. You know, there is like bribes in crypto and you can pay for votes. It's like, it's very strange, you know, like basically decentralization of corruption. You know, it's kind of weird. So the next step for crypto is to become decentralized. You know, it's weird, but it's true. So we want to launch Waves DAO. This is going to be some kind of like family of DAOs that will govern everything that happens on Waves. It's going to be not only for profit making, not only for investing in new projects into like IDOs. It's going to be like more global, and it's going to actually be used for distributing grants, non-profit grants, for maybe for charity, for anything. So I want to create a family of DAOs that can be used for anything. I have a lot of ideas actually. I didn't announce it yet, but I'm working on it, and it's very interesting. So WCT is going to be a token for this DAO. You know, it's going to be used for this DAO, and it's going because I remember about WCT. It's a very old token. We kind of tried to do the same what we're doing now, but it was too early. So WCT was kind of abandoned, but not forgotten, so nothing is forgotten, never. So it's gonna come back to life again, and it's gonna be used in Wxlp, which is gonna be huge, so because it's very interesting. I can see a lot of potential now in DAOs and metaverses. You understand that metaverses are gonna be incredibly big, for example, and if we connect, I will maybe speak about it later, but that Zuckerberg announced like his own metaverse, and this can't be stopped. I don't know what Facebook is gonna do. It's gonna be very centralized and actually made to make money for Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook mostly. But the idea is gonna stay, and we'll see a lot of action around metaverses now. And if you connect metaverses to DAO, if you make them properly decentralized and governed properly, so they shouldn't benefit like one party, as it will be the case with Facebook. You're gonna see a whole new world, because this world is gonna be like somehow even disconnected from like our physical world. It's gonna be like virtual world, which is like almost tangible, and it's like governed by some very clear rules, where you don't have one beneficiary, and it's gonna be very, very important for society in general. If it goes into the wrong direction, we're gonna be fucked. But if we create something that works for the benefit of humanity, this is a way out for humanity, basically. Yes. So it's a very lofty words, but this is true, guys. It's a very pivotal moment for the humanity now, I think. So WCT is gonna live, and it's gonna be important for the upcoming Wxlp. I replied about WCT. So what is coming for NSBT and when? Good question. NSBT is gonna go to the moon. It's not financial advice. This is just the reality. So basically, we were busy. The team that works on Neutrino was busy with contracts for rate exchange IDO. Once it's over, we are focusing on basically finalizing Neutrino protocol. We should add some features. For example, we're going to be able to vote for miners who provide staking for Neutrino USDN, basically. So there is a lot of ways, like 50% of all ways is locked into Neutrino now. And it should be decentralized, so it should be like leased out to the miners, to different miners. And through NSBT, you'll be able to vote what miners mine with those ways. And it's very important because it's like about money. People are interested in money, it's okay. So it will create additional utility for NSBT. At the same time, NSBT will govern the swap process. When you swap waves into USDN and swap it back, it will be governed by NSBT. So because there is a way to manipulate waves price to make profits, so it's kind of, we created some like checks and balances to deal with that, but it should be properly like secured. So you're going to be able to make those swaps if you hold an SBT, and you still will be able to make money, but at the same time, you will be able to, you'll help in SBT because you will have to stake in SBT. And there's going to be several other features, but the tokenomics of an SBT is good enough already, but we will make it kind of perfect, so there should be a lot of demand for an SBT, very few tokens in free float, and it's going to take an SBT to the center of galaxy, not to the moon. Moon is not enough. Center of galaxy, guys. So I am very serious about this because just so it's a development process. we don't have like too many guys who we can trust with coding those smart contracts because it's complicated. We'll try to hire more or try to teach more people to do that, but we don't have enough people now. So our core team is not so big, so and it can't do too many projects in parallel. So they finished one thing and now they're focusing on NSBT. So please wait, NSBT is gonna do amazing. Next question. I missed all the questions, but so you can just write your question once again if I didn't answer it because I could miss something. What do you promise to WX holders? It's very easy, guys. As I explained, you can get your USDN back if the token price goes down relative to the initial price. So it's riskless. And the supply of WX token will be very small initially. And there's going to be demand as well. So people won't be selling. Somebody will sell, of course, but there's going to be such a thing as boost when you need to lock WX tokens in staking to get more profit. If you provide liquidity, if you know Curve, this is going to be very similar to what they do. It will be different in details, but like the idea is the same. So there's going to be a lot of demand for WX token, and it's going to be also a governance token. So if you want to have pools for your token, you launch a token on Waves, which is very easy, and you want to have liquidity for it, you will have to buy some WX token to vote for the pools, and also, and all the features on Waves exchange will be governed by this. So there's going to be demand, and since there is no pre-sale for WX, and it has been vested, that is, it has been unlocked gradually, not immediately. Not all the tokens are going to be like dumped into the market at the same time. No, it will go in very small portions daily. The tokenomics is made in such a way that WX price should go up very nicely. This is our if you look closely at the tokenomics, you'll understand that it has a great potential to go up. So this is what we promise. We promise a very good tokenomics. It's not a promise, it's a reality, which should lead to great market capitalization of WX token, and it should provide a lot of demand for WX token. What will happen with Waves? It seems that no, guys, WX is one of many tokens on Waves. It's like saying that Shiba token will kill Ethereum. It's like fucking crazy, guys. Don't be this way. Don't say stupid things. Just I won't even it's strange. When will be the update for NSBT? I think we will do a part of this update before the new year in December. Like the part that governs ways to use the unswaps. And the rest, that is the part that governs neutrino staking, will be done around January, February. So it's going to be into portions, but they're both important. So it's going to take us a couple months, but it will lead to lead NSBT to the moon, basically. Yes. So you lost interest in DAX? No, I told you guys that DAX, I can't lose interest in DAX because this is my idea. Yeah, kind of. I love ducks as like animals, and my kid loves ducks. And basically, the idea of ducks came from my son. So I will never abandon ducks, and like ducks are gonna fly to the moon and even beyond. When we see instant swaps back for Waves USDN? Good question. Once again, the guy asked when we will see instant swaps for Waves to USDN. As soon as we launch this NSBT mechanics, the swaps will become instant again. You will have to lock NSBT to do that, but it will be done instantly. Yeah. What is the official community of Waves? Yeah, so strange question. Yeah, I don't know what to answer. So, for example, Waves account on Twitter is the official account with 200,000 followers. Any plans for USDT deposit on Binance Smart Chain? Is doable. We have Binance Smart Chain on Exchange already, so we were working on ideal thing, and the pools. They're quite difficult technically, so it kind of slowed us down with other things. And once we are done with it, we will work on like more different features, so to say. Yeah. So eventually, what we're gonna have on Noise Exchange is a good question, actually. Yeah. So what I want to have on Noise Exchange, I want to have interchain solution on Noise Exchange, basically, when you can see when you can work with all the chains on Noise Exchange. You'll be able to work with Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Polygon, and you can transfer tokens very smoothly between all those chains. It's going to be decentralized, the process, because you don't have decentralized gateways now, actually. Completely decentralized gateways. You have something, yes, like with EVM chains, but we'll work on like full decentralization. There is this idea of gravity, which is quite different actually from most approaches. And we'll finish it on Waves Exchange. We have to change our plans with gravity a little, but it's still valid. So we will have like decentralized gateways on Waves Exchange. This is what I want to have in terms of gateways. Also, there's going to be NFTs on Waves Exchange. We're going to build an NFT platform on Waves Exchange. NFTs are great for marketing, and they're great for it's a good thing, yes, but NFTs are kind of starting now. They're good for marketing, but there is maybe too much hype with too little value in them now. But they will be important for the upcoming metaverses, because you will be represented on the blockchains or the blockchain as an NFT token, your identity. It's very important. It's going to be like your passport, and it's going to be NFT. So NFTs are the shit. They're very important, yes. So we need to build the new generation of NFT platforms, because what we have now is the first generation of NFTs. OpenSea, Rarible is like they're huge. OpenSea is huge, of course, but it's the first generation, and now there is a demand for the next generation of NFT platforms, and we want to build one on Waves Exchange. Another thing on Waves Exchange: gateways, decentralized gateways, NFTs. It's all gonna be there next year. What else on Waves Exchange? Yes, I think there are a lot of technical things, but I won't go into them actually. But it's quite important. So you'll see like NFT platform, another NFT platform on Waves, like the next generation, what we think will be the next generation, and decentralized gateways with all major chains. This is Waves Exchange. Maybe I'll speak about what we'll do on Waves a little later. I spoke about DAOs, and maybe I'll speak about what we'll do with the blockchain itself. Masterclass for light language, please. Yes, we're gonna have a hackathon soon and an incubator launch soon. And there's gonna be a fund which invests into Wave projects. It's all coming, and we're just waiting for Wave Exchange IDO to have some like coordinated campaign, because it wasn't, all good for Waves all the time. We've had some problems, for example, with liquidity on Waves Exchange, and also it was kind of hard to solve the liquidity problem the way it was solved in Ethereum with yield farming rewards. But now we're almost there. So liquidity is very important. If you want to create a viable, robust ecosystem, you need like liquidity there. You need value. So It can go without marketing, of course, but there should be some like technical approaches, because on Ethereum you had the same problem a couple of years after the mainnet launch, because you couldn't see too many like projects there either. And Uniswap solved this. Uniswap is a very important thing for Ethereum and maybe for the whole crypto. And we have our own approach to this. And once it's solved, it's going to be a whole new world for Waves. And in Trino update in November, in December, there's going to be one for sure. Yeah, probably at the end of December. Any new exchange listed for NSBT? Yes, after the update. After the update, because now it doesn't make too much sense. Have you more information about CryptoTel and ZRCoin? In CryptoTel, I kind of lost track of them, unfortunately. I know the guys, but I am not in contact with them. ZRCoin, I know the guys. They're struggling a little. It's a project that basically raised money to build a factory that produces, what's it called? I don't know like the English pronunciation. It's like zircon probably, and zirconium. Yeah, so it's like some kind of like metal which is needed for many different things. For example, for like it is used in like creating building materials, like bricks actually, So. And it was like a very unique project for 2017 when it was launched, because people were trying to do different things with ICOs. They were trying to raise money for real businesses, not only for crypto businesses. It was kind of fun, actually, interesting, and it didn't really, you can't say it failed, because they did build a factory. And due to pandemics, they are struggling with like production, selling their like products, So it's kind of, but they're gonna come back, because the factory is there. You can check it out. It exists. It exists. You can, if you're in Russia, you can go there. It's in Siberia, but potentially you can go there and check it out. It's there actually. So there is a chance that they will come back. Even if they didn't, it was. I think it was kind of important for new economy. When people try to do kind of weird things, they try to do ICOs for building a factory. Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. And they're not scammers. No, they're like the guys who tried something and maybe were not so successful, but they keep trying. Are you considering integrating networks Avalanche and Solana? Yes, sure. I think we'll integrate all networks with like traction, So I should say a couple of words about this, because you should work with all the chains, with all active communities, but probably shouldn't really try to, bring take their people, You should like more collaborate. I think we have so many new people coming to crypto now that don't use any chains, just come into crypto, like millions of people, because people are serious about like Facebook is serious about bringing 2 billion new people to internet. Like 2 billion people in the world don't have internet access. It's strange, but it's kind of true. So how many people don't have any idea about crypto? What do you think? The majority of the world's population is going to be there. So I think we should try and attract those guys who have no idea about crypto, because there is billions of them, literally. We don't have to, fight for Ethereum people or like Solana people. We have to fight for the people in general, At the same time, we have to interact with all chains, because it just should be done. You have to have connectors to all the chains, because why not? So just it's because like all countries have like relations, and like most countries, so it's like kind of natural, so yes, we'll integrate as many chains as possible. Where on the platform can we buy WX tomorrow? On Wix Exchange, on the main page, basically on homepage. What about Enna? What's your opinion? Enna is a great product from a long-term supporter of Waves, Serkan. Hi Serkan, if you're watching this. And he built a very nice wallet for the whole of Waves ecosystem, and they have a lot of swap products. Like it uses Virus, it uses Swapify, it uses Waves Exchange, it uses Neutrino protocol, and it provides like some kind of aggregated environment for all the products. And it looks nice, it works nice. I think it's a very cool product. I think it's gonna be very popular within Waves and beyond. So we are supporting Enna. It's important for Waves, and I wish Enna all the best because they're doing a great thing, not only for themselves, but also for Waves in general. How big is your NSBT back? I have 60,000 NSBT, guys. Yes. I bought them when it went down, and I bought them from the smart contract. That's all I have. Because my goal is not to make money for myself. It's just, like, you can believe me or not, but I don't care about like my personal wealth. I care about Waves ecosystem because if it's successful, that's when I will feel good. So I want to be happy, but my happiness is connected to Waves growth as a product, so, and it's not connected to my personal wealth. Waves to every village, absolutely. I think, well, what we want to do with Mundo crypto, great guys, really. Money is a great guy, the leader of Mundo crypto. Has a lot of energy, and the guys are great, so we want to do Spanish community really well with them. Then we'll do a global campaign also with them. We'll try to build a new team because they have a Spanish team now, but we're gonna scale it to global, that is English, and after that we'll go to India, I think, if it all goes well, and we'll try to make a very big campaign in India because there is like more than 1 billion people, and very few of them know what crypto is, but India is huge because after China kind of shut itself down, so kind of shut itself in the leg with banning crypto. It is a very weird thing, actually, so I can't really fathom why it happened. And I can have some like ideas, but I just don't know. I can just have some conspiracy theories. But this is what happened. I think America is very important for crypto now. Basically, like rules crypto world, because there is a lot of VCs with ton of freshly printed dollars who want to spend those dollars. And new countries such as India will become very important for crypto growth. Asia, Southeast Asia, like China, I think are becoming kind of not so important somehow. Maybe they will come back. Let's see what happens. Where do you see Waves in the next 5 years? What I want to do with Waves, I think we'll technically we, and maybe not only us, but crypto in general has to solve scalability problem because you need to have the same transaction speed on decentralized systems as you have on centralized systems. It's very important. So without this, it can't move forward. So we want to solve it in some way. Maybe there's going to be different approaches, sharding, side chains, maybe something else. I'm thinking about I think that something totally different can come up, because even with sharding, you have a lot of problems because sharding is a very complicated engineering task. It's like purely engineering, just pure engineering. There's no invention in sharding. It's just like, if you know what blockchain is, sharding comes to your mind like in 5 seconds, so how to scale it? Okay, let's break it down into shards, so okay. And it all becomes an engineering problem. There is no new ideology behind it, So just, and it's a very hard engineering problem, by the way, because you need to make sure that those shards interact properly, and it's like it's a crazy mess. So maybe something new will come up, maybe something with like new cryptography, and very few people can actually understand that, because very few people know advanced cryptography, and not like maybe 20 people in the world, you know. So let's see what happens. And in terms of like community and ecosystem, ways should be, you know, focused on not on money making. Let's give it to Ethereum, no problem, or to Solana. Like if you wanna turn your $1 billion into $2 billion, go to Ethereum, and okay, this is what I don't really personally care about, you know. It should change the world, you know, because crypto is not about money making. You know, if we were not so focused on money making, we could really change the world. And I think we should change the world, you know, because it can. What blockchain is, what decentralization is, it's a whole new concept that has no like analogy in human history. Basically, no, it's not about money making, guys. It's a promise of a new world, you know. And if we like waste it, you know, we won't have any other chance. So we should change the world, guys. This is what we want to do. A lot of questions, so I'll try to. What's up with SDFO tokens? DeFi is doing fine. It will have its upgrade together with SBT. Euro N is doing fine, by the way. There is a curve pool for Euro, and I think the rest of the tokens will catch up to future of Verus. Verus is like Avi on. Can you hear me, guys? Please confirm. My headphone fell out. Yeah. So Verus is basically Avi on Waves, you know. So lending is very important, and this is like the first, and I think it will remain the biggest lending project on Waves. So if Waves is successful, Verus is like very successful, you know, and the other way around as well. What do you think of Mani Tawani? He's a great guy. We are here in Dubai now, and I'm seeing him every day. He's full of energy, and I think we need more people like that, you know, in crypto. He's a businessman, of course, and it's okay, but he provides value, you know, so it's very important. So I think we'll do great things together. Why not allocating some WX to historical users? Let's make it fair, guys, you know, let's just make it like simple. Why should we do that? What do you think about Dubai? Dubai is awesome and the best place to be right now in the world. You know, you could ask questions why it is this way, you know, and have some ideas about it, but it doesn't matter. The fact is, this is the best place to be right now in the world, really. Come here to understand that, and they're doing a great thing here. I think, you know, they have this like flow of wealth, this windfall, you know, with oil, but they could have spent it not so well as they're spending it. You know, I would put it like that. You know, so they're doing a great thing because they're like thinking about the future. You know, it's very important. So I wish Dubai and Emirates in general all the best. I think they're kind of on the right path. You know, so. What is your opinion on the IMF utilizing the cryptocurrency? I don't think it's going to happen. You know, it's going to be very centralized, maybe based on SWIFT. But governments won't try to work with open systems. They're going to build something what China is trying to build. because it's great for them. It provides them with full control. So act tokens liquidity for early bird or act tokens for early bird. Yeah, so we could have done it differently with rate exchange idea, but we decided to do it simple. So please bear with us, because otherwise we would have too many questions. And as I explained at the beginning of my AMA, it's mostly a technical thing for rate exchange, and we want you to participate to help us launch the pools. So it's not about raising funds. So we have funds, and we just want to kickstart the pools. So we want to make it simple. This is it. When we will see more ideas on Swap, I think we'll start the incubator soon, and ideas will follow. And we have a couple ideas that can be launched soon. So there's going to be more, and also we'll have ideas on rate exchange. They will be done differently because there can be different approaches to ideas in general, I think. And what is happening on Wxlp now is very similar to what happens on Ethereum and other chains. And I am not so sure that this is a proper way to launch a token. I have my doubts, actually. I will try also different setups because okay, so we can speak about it later, I think. But you should just understand that this ideal thing is very interesting because it allows you to make money fast. But this is not the only way to approach this, and it has its drawbacks. It's not perfect, so we should try other ways, and we'll do that on Wxlp as well as on Rate Exchange. Please ask me again. Yeah, what's going on with the USDN? Yeah, so we need more liquidity. So what happens with USDN? So there's such a project which is called Curve, which is great on Ethereum, and there's like liquidity pools on Curve, and there's USDN liquidity pool, and there's a voting process on Curve, which allows you to vote for the pool you like, or you are like benefiting from, so to say. Yeah. So there's a lot of like some kind of shady activity now there. So people are incentivizing other people to vote for their pools. So and so people take their votes from USDN and other pools, not only USDN, all other pools, and give their votes to some like big pools who pay millions like daily to people. It's a very strange way to develop your stablecoin, I think. USDN is doing fine. It's like over collateralized more than 2 times, and it's stable. But this thing with the fact that people take USDT, and DAI liquidity from USDN pool affects USDN exchange rate. It doesn't affect the stability, But at the same time, you can say that you have a nice discount for USDN now, so you can buy $1 with a discount. You can invest in with exchange IDO, so it's kind of a discount, which is good, So it doesn't. It's kind of strange, I understand, yeah, but it doesn't affect USDN stability, So it's stable. It's over collateralized, and it's gonna come back to its spec when we have more liquidity after with the exchange IDO. So this is like the crazy and magical DeFi world, So when you have a stable coin, which is like not $1, but it's still stable, So but it's a very like short-term thing. So it's gonna come back to its spec pretty soon, and everything is gonna be back to normal. Will we see TVL 10 billion this year? Yeah, I think there is a chance we'll see that. If it doesn't happen like within 2 months, it will happen like in 3 months. So it's gonna happen pretty soon, So and 10 billion maybe is not so much money. So maybe, and after we reached 10 billion, we'll reach 100 billion pretty fast as well. any plans to add BTC USD on swaps? You can do it on Swap, I think. Yeah. So I understand what you mean. You mean probably banking USDN with Bitcoin. I think it might happen on Virus, because on Virus you can launch another stablecoin which is backed by your Virus collateral, and it's going to be a very different setup from Neutrino. It's going to be like a Virus project, and it's not going to affect Neutrino in any way. It should actually help Neutrino, because there are ways to launch Neutrino Virus stablecoin pools that actually benefit Neutrino and make it more stable. So this thing can happen on Virus when you have like Bitcoin, Ethereum collateral, and you launch a stablecoin backed by that collateral. Those projects exist on Ethereum. It's not unique, but we don't have them on Waves, so why not do one? Probably there's going to be such a project. I can see a lot of members from Turkish community. We love the Turkish community. It's great. It's really engaged. It's really like, it's full of energy. It's always good. Any plans to promote Sanat more? Yeah, we'll help with Sanat a lot. Anything we can do for them, we'll do for them, actually. Okay, so it's safe to provide money on virus. Yes, it is safe. People are asking about the audit of the contract, but basically the team who created the right language is doing the virus, so who can audit the code better than them, so kind of it's okay, guys. It's like I vouch for virus, so trust me. Virus has only one node. No, why? No, it's decentralized. What is the deal? Was Bon Appetit? Yes, it's a project which basically it's on Ethereum, but I know the project founders. They have a token on Waves, on Wave Exchange, and it's an interesting project ideologically, because it uses a real world collateral, like bonds, like real bonds from real companies, to back their stablecoin. So probably, not probably, because we planned and we'll do that, we're gonna use them in Waves Enterprise public chain for Waves Enterprise stablecoin, because we want to create so we have this like different direction of development enterprise blockchain, and we want to combine it somehow with the DeFi world. So we want to create some kind of like enterprise DeFi, which like entails creating a stable coin for enterprise, so, and we'll use Bon Appetit approach, and they are like collateral for creating a stable coin backed by real world assets, like by real financial instruments. It's not algorithmic. Basically, you're like taking a bond from some company and you use it as collateral for a stable coin. It's kind of, it really opens up new horizons, I think, because it's a combination of like traditional finance with DeFi. The only shortcoming of the Waves project is that you don't do marketing. Yeah, I've been hearing this for 5 years, guys. So okay, so we are doing marketing, and I told you about our current marketing plans. I really think Mundo Crypto can be very valuable for Waves, because I like the way they work. They're very professional, they are full of energy, and they have a great leader. So we're gonna do a massive campaign now. So it's gonna be launched in stages. Now we have WX launch, and we'll have around in November. We'll start a more general Waves campaign. We'll launch an incubator. Hackathon is gonna be there. A lot of updates around Neutrino protocol. Then we'll have different communities like launched marketing wise. Indian, other communities. So it's going to be in stages, but we'll try to build a massive campaign. That's what we are trying to do. So that's what we're working on. So and we actually have a very good chance to be successful because, as I understand, we have a lot of experience. Because I think I've seen everything in crypto because I'm in crypto. I've been in crypto for maybe how many years? For around 8 years. I've been doing crypto, so you understand that we know a couple of things about crypto. Building more important than marketing. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, but you need to reach out to people because they need to use your products because you are working for the people. I understand that I personally spend too much maybe time on like managing things and I'd like to spend more time on ideology, the tech. But what can you do? So you should do what you should do. Can we have waste credit cards? You will have some integration, new fiat integrations on Waste Exchange for sure. We are speaking with several companies. So another maybe something should be said about this, like maybe kind of like my vision about the future of this. I think DeFi will be separated from fiat, because it's really hard to combine both. So there's gonna be like projects that like convert your fiat into crypto, and there's gonna be a DeFi separated. When you try to combine both, it's kind of hard because the regulators are not gonna like it, So because they will try to find like weak points in your setup, and they will try to attack you, So and if you want to have a very stable DeFi ecosystem, it should be like somehow firewalled from fiat completely, So we can try and build like some kind of like hybrid solutions, but eventually it's gonna be, I think, two different worlds, So and they will both coexist. This is what I think. So you'll have Coinbase, which is like fully regulated, like it's regulated like a bank probably, And you will have DEXs that exists in cyberspace. They are stable, and the technology is such that you just can't turn it off. It just exists. Like it's like objectively, like sun, like moon, like the moon. So it just exists. This is like the future, in my opinion. But meanwhile, you can have some kind of combinations of DeFi and fiat. So you can have like credit cards in your pools, and for a while it's gonna work. So we'll have that as well, because you need to understand that we're not trying to go against the regulators. Don't want to have any issues. It's not our goal. We want to bring value. So if regulation is against something, we will just not do it. Yeah. What is the best way to make TVL 10 billion? 10 billion is not so much money actually, but liquidity pools on Wxlp exchange is the best way to do that. Actually, it's some kind of a hack that should actually hack our TVL. Projection in West. West is an important token because it's based on Waste Enterprise, and we have a lot of successful projects built in enterprise in Russia. So with current geopolitical situation, as I understand, it's kind of hard to use those projects for marketing. But the technology is there, and now we're trying to scale and have like international projects all over the world, because I think enterprise blockchain is gonna stay. So there's no hype around it, not so much hype. But maybe it's okay because it's okay. It's like enterprise. I don't think you have ever seen some hype around, like, I don't know, Oracle products, for example, so because it's like enterprise, it's something very serious, something like anti-hype, so, but it makes a lot of money. It makes a lot of money without hype. So enterprise blockchain is going to stay there, and West is a token of our open enterprise chain, so it should benefit from all the projects we are doing on Waste enterprise technology. Will list ESDN to more exchanges? I think Waste should establish itself in DEXs first, so if it's like very successful with DEXs, it's going to be listed like automatically, so on all exchanges. And what exchanges do you mean basically now? So what is the situation with centralized exchanges? Let's just think about. So you have Coinbase, which actually is very successful, because it's fully compliant. And it's more or less, it has its issues with regulators in the US. For example, they just couldn't launch a staking product 4% APY yearly, so because basically they were banned, they were like, they didn't permit them, they didn't allow them to do so. But they're fully compliant and they're huge, so, and you don't have those like exchanges in other locations. You have Binance, which is struggling. It has tons of money, but it has issues with regulation, bad issues. Chinese exchanges are dead, and Japanese exchanges are very local. They have tons of money, but they're still local. Korean are a little better, but they're still kind of local. So what do you have in the centralized world? You have basically Coinbase and some local exchanges, which have money, but what is their future, so they're going to be like banks, and there are not going to be too many of those exchanges in a given location. So you'll have a very big exchange for each country, or two exchanges, and it's probably going to be new exchanges, I think, So I would really focus on DeFi, because this is the future, and you should leave those centralized exchanges to the bankers, basically, more or less, because sooner or later, banking type of guys are gonna rule this world. And I don't have anything against bankers, kind of, but maybe I do. But it's definitely not our thing. How did you meet Mani Tawani? Through a friend in Waves ecosystem, So a lot of people come to us, and some people stay. Any tip to network in the crypto space? You should go to conferences, I think. You should participate in chats, and you should be chill, So you shouldn't be too nervous about losing or making money. You should be more open to people. And it doesn't come immediately, because maybe I'm changing as well, because I've been in the space for years, and I was kind of surprised at many things I've seen, too much greed maybe, and maybe I didn't react perfectly all the time to that, because maybe, so you have to adjust, but once you're adjusted, it's better. What about algo products? Good question. So give me more like bad questions, guys. So we don't have to repeat it too many times. So there's algo products on Waves, and there is a trading team which trades major cryptos, and there is like a retail product built on that with a token. And it's not perfect, unfortunately, because I think it's kind of innovative. You don't have many setups like that in public space, and it's still been tweaked. I as far as I understand, they have found a couple problems with the public version. Basically, their like private version trades well, but it doesn't really translate into the public version, because there's different like money management in play when people can withdraw their funds and like their own time, just like somehow affecting the system. It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, but I think it's going to be fixed. What's going to happen? The worst case scenario. Let me just tell you the worst case scenario. I think the new deposits can be stopped, and all like withdrawals basically, of course, are processed. New deposits are not taken, not accepted. People who don't take their money out will eventually make profits because the reference version which trades its own money makes profit, like consistently. That's why this product was launched. And this manipulation with like withdrawals will be like somehow restricted or eliminated, and people who keep their money in the system will eventually make profits for sure, and the product will be like stopped. This is like the worst case scenario. Like this is the worst thing that can happen. So the product is like somehow removed. People who invested some time ago will eventually make profit. It may take them a couple months, maybe several months. People who want to withdraw with profits or maybe with loss can do that at all times for sure. So this is like the worst case scenario, because the thing is, it's really hard to to offer those like trading products to general public, because it's all good when the price, when the NAV goes up, yeah, when it's making money. But when it goes down, and it's like inevitable in trading, people are very unhappy. They're like writing in chat that it's a scam. Like it's hard to deal with this, it's really hard to deal with it. So we tried, and we'll make sure that everybody is like gets paid and makes profits, but we're not so sure about whether we will continue that or not. If we solve these issues, all the issues, we will continue that maybe in some other version. If not, as I told you, it will be like slowly phased out, but nobody's gonna be hurt, Okay, so give me more bad questions. How the Wx plans is gonna stay competitive? There's gonna be a new wave of decentralized exchanges now, so we can occupy this niche, So if you're mentioning like Bybit, I love those projects. So just understand that regulators are gonna be all over those projects. If you trade futures, if you allow futures trading, you have to be extremely compliant in the US, for example, and I think Europe will follow. So regulators are not gonna take it easy. So what's gonna happen next? Let's just think about what's gonna happen next. I think it will, as I told you like 10 minutes ago, it will like break down into two segments, like DeFi, which is like in its own world, and fiat crypto, which is like fully regulated, and it's basically banks. It's banking licenses, more or less, So I prefer to do DeFi, to do like decentralization of finance and like other stuff. So our focus is on the next step in decentralized exchanges. That's what we want to do. And tomorrow's launch is exactly about this, basically. Yes, we are creating a totally new thing when you can basically trade as you do on Binance, at the same time providing liquidity. Imagine if you could provide liquidity on Binance, if you like would provide liquidity to USDT BNB trading pool on Binance directly. It's pretty cool, So this is what we're gonna have tomorrow, So we are trying, guys. Give us a chance. Since synthetic assets are coming a little bit too late, we came up with that idea how we want to do them this spring, unfortunately, but we were like flooded with different things. So, and we don't have too many people. So they're coming, but next year. Give me more questions. Will SBT itself will hold, and SBT will be focused on neutrino. No, we won't do. I don't think we're gonna do any kind of like multi-asset collateral for neutrino. No, it's gonna be focused on waves, because the goal is for neutrino is to help waves token price grow more or less, because you lock more waves tokens into neutrino protocol, free float goes down, waves price goes up. So if we lock Bitcoin into neutrino, who do we help? You know, Satoshi is doing fine, I think. Will we support NFT projects on Waste? Absolutely. We'll do whatever sign up wants us to do, like more or less, because they're a good project. We'll help them. Synthetic assets will be on Waves. Enterprise, no, it's good on Waves. So they're gonna be actually, I think, a part of Neutrino protocol as well. Yeah, but a little later. There is an interesting idea how to build them differently from everything that has been done before. So how safe are funds on Wx? Wx has never had any hacks. And now so I like personally vouch. We had some hacks with Coinomet, for example, if you know this like sad story. But okay, I personally vouch for with exchange, so you won't lose any money there for sure. Can you bring some implementation for big nodes? Yes, with a neutrino protocol basically, and because you have this kind of centralization on waste, because there is too many waste tokens locked into USDN, you know. So we have to decentralize the mining of the mining with the waves that are like locked into neutrino. It has to be decentralized, and then we'll solve this problem. So this is the next step, which will happen at the beginning of next year, because before the new year we'll do swaps based on NSBT, like ways to use the swaps. Duck at stack high. Like I always I'm saying hello to Aztec Gold here, our like Turkish friend. So they have their own vision, you know. They're not always nice, but they're very engaged, and I appreciate that. And of course, we can have our differences, and people can cry scam, but okay, I don't care about that, guys, because I've been in this business too long, so I just understand people now better than I did several years ago. So if you're crying that something is a scam, it doesn't really affect me, you know. So I'll keep doing my thing, whatever happens for years to come. We will see waste at $50 this year. We'll do our best, you know. It depends on the market situation a lot, because it's kind of very volatile. The world situation is so volatile now. You can't really predict financial markets future now, you know. So I think it's gonna be fine actually, because they've printed so much cash, and it should pour it into something. So it's good for crypto. It's good for financial markets. But you know, you can have some like black swan event, which nobody predicts, and there's no conspiracy in this. I don't believe in conspiracies, but black swan can appear, you know. So and nobody knows when, you know. It's like, because it was this pandemic and general in geopolitics, which is pretty crazy now. I think it's worse than it has been during the Cold War, you know. So it's really worse now. So you never know. So, and waves prices, of course, depends on many factors, including the global factors. But of course, it depends on us too. So, but everything that I've like been talking about now is about like growing the shareholders' value, so to say, as big guys say, So we'll do our best. Describe your daily routine. Yes, so I'm in Dubai now, actually now. So we have a team here, we have an office here. We're like hiring new people here, bringing new people here, working with Mundo Crypto here. So basically, yeah. So I wake up and like do some sports and go to the office. So and I get back in the evening and do AMAs. This is my routine. Yeah, but it's very nice here. Like great climate here, and like literally and figuratively as well. Because Dubai is a very nice place. So good for crypto actually. A lot of crypto people here. Some people don't like Dubai, and I kind of understand them why. But you should like just maybe look a little deeper and understand that they're trying to do the right thing here. So this is very important. Any new project on Waves ecosystem launchpad? Absolutely. Blockchain and healthcare combination is mostly for Waves enterprise, I think, yes, but those projects will be there. Have you been to the US? I've been there once in my life, unfortunately for a couple of days, 3 years ago, and I'm struggling to get a US visa now. But I will get it, and we will conquer the US market. So we're working on that. So there is like a lot of action now, like under the hood in the US now. So and it's gonna be more transparent very soon because we have like a lot of activities in the US with a lot of different people, and I will be in the US. Due to pandemic, it's hard to go there now, but I will go there soon because US is just the right place to be for crypto now. Due to obvious reasons. So I don't have to repeat myself. I think it's quite clear why US is leading now. And the US is a great place actually because they like it's very open to innovation more than other countries, I think, due to basically ideology. Free markets are pretty good for innovation. Come to Turkey, definitely, guys. Somehow I didn't come to Turkey yet. It's quite strange because we have a very big Turkish following. So I will be there for sure. I will be there for sure. Please don't kill me though, because it might happen. Are you gonna make more user-friendly interfaces? You should basically give your feedback because I think they're pretty user-friendly. We are trying our best. Maybe we're not. I personally don't think that I'm a very good interfaces developer, but I'm not claiming to be so. Maybe it's not my thing, but we have good people who do that, and we are trying to make good interfaces because it's my goal. I personally can use any interfaces somehow, so. If you have any feedback, you should just write and that it will like this, you don't understand that, and we'll factor it in for sure. Yeah, okay. So give me more questions, maybe like 10 minutes, and I'll go because we'll spend offline meeting in Russia. What do you mean? Just like maybe пошел на работу. Could you just rephrase it because I don't understand what you want to ask. Should I go all in? You shouldn't go all in on anything. Nobody can advise you to go all in on anything. Maybe you shouldn't do that. You should diversify. But actually, about diversification, I think when you invest in such things as Waves IDO, you do diversify because there is more projects on Ethereum, but you should look into other directions as well. Not only EVM chains. Okay, Solana is good, for example, in terms of at least in terms of profit-making opportunities. So you should maybe do Ethereum, do Solana, and do some projects on Waves just to diversify between different directions of blockchain development, because Waves is very different. It's not Ethereum, it's something like which like goes along its own path, like just dances to its own tune. So, and maybe it's good to diversify between different things, So if you want to diversify, you should consider Waves. Yeah, it's a message in Russian about EMA about DAX. I can speak about DAX again, actually. When we will see in Russia, maybe on some conference. Yeah, I'm coming to Russia quite often. There is no too many good crypto conferences in Russia now, I think, because the situation in Russia with crypto is very strange. Officially, it doesn't really exist in crypto, doesn't exist in Russia, and the stance is very similar to the Chinese one, I think. So I just don't see any way for crypto to be like fully accepted in Russia, because they obviously took the Chinese path. So I won't go into like discussing this, because like, but this is the reality, and I don't understand why China did so. So okay, the same with Russia, because they want governments want more control, and open crypto definitely undermines this control. That's for sure. Can you comment on the upcoming Waves DAO? Maybe let me just. I have so many things, so I should write some white paper soon about this. So maybe, and then I'll have another AMA to explain what we want to build. What do you think about Gavin Wood? He's a great guy. Yeah, I think he's like the real force behind Ethereum success in terms of like ideology and vision, so to say. Yes, and Polka is also great. Yeah, so it's like just a very natural way to scale blockchains. What I can say, like something like not so positive, all those ideas that are like being realized now with scaling, they emerged long ago, like maybe 6 years ago. Like I remember Polka was actually launched in like as a project before Waves. It's very, very old ideas, so maybe new ideas can deliver better. This is my thinking about Polka and other stuff, because those ideas are not new. And in crypto, like Polka probably was initiated around 2014. Yeah, maybe something like that, if I'm not wrong. Maybe a little later. So it's like, in any case, it's like years, and it's all the ideas, and if somebody comes with something totally new, it can blow all the other projects out of the water immediately, just like explosion, so it might happen. But otherwise, Gavin Wood, and I don't want to say anything about Ethereum, especially about like technical side of it, because it's good, it's been tested, battle tested, it's working, it's like kind of fully decentralized in a way, actually, what you have with smart contracts on Ethereum. So it's a great ecosystem. But this is not the end, because we have to move on. We have to turn crypto into like the financial layer, at least, of human civilization. And crypto is not there yet, because you can't do too many transactions, and there is a lot of issues there. Okay, so let's just maybe 5 minutes more, and that's it. Wave to the moon, absolutely. Sooner or later, and not to the moon, but as I once tweeted, to the center of the galaxy. The moon is not enough, Good night. Yeah, right. Probably I'm sleepy, so maybe 5 more questions, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Do you think that Wxlp will get higher APY than SwapLP? Initially, probably yes. eventually they will balance out, so there's going to be some balance due to arbitrage, but the goal is to provide very, very high APY at launch for Wx pools to attract hundreds of millions in liquidity. Yeah, so it can be like in thousands, I think, for a while. This is the goal. When are we gonna have a duck AMA? Guys, so yeah, there's a lot of people who make amazing AMAs about ducks. Vladimir, I can participate as well. So I think that it's gonna be pretty soon because we are starting this campaign, and the goal is to attract, as I told you, millions of people. So we'll have a lot of AMAs about this, and I'll participate too. Okay, I think the questions are slowly petering out. So guys, once again, tomorrow is a great thing for Wave Exchange, for Wave ecosystem. We want you to participate. We want you to help us, help you basically. Yes. So don't miss out on it. It's gonna be very interesting. Participate in this, so it's riskless, it's good for Waves, it's good for you, it's a good product, give it a try. I'm not trying to sell it to you, I'm just trying to explain why it is valuable for you and for us. So I hope to see you tomorrow on Waves Exchange. I wish you all the best, and until the next AMA, maybe we should do it more often, because I think that I can feel some positive energy from you guys. I wish you all the best. Ride on Waves. Best of luck. See you later.